Hi, I'm bored. Preparing. I'm cooking, but I'm waiting on ingredients to thaw out and all that stuff. So, sitting here entertaining my thoughts. And I know I've done this before over the years, but I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna see what's different. Again, if you read the caption, it might make sense. If you don't, it might not. Hell, even if you read it, it might not make sense. But basically, what I'm getting at is I guess the best way I can correlate this is anybody with any kind of, and I don't want to say that this is training. Let's just be direct. When you have a person who has multiple personalities, each one of those personalities within that person is real. To that person, I wish I could remember the name of that movie where the guy had all them different personalities. One of them was a woman. One of them was actually this monster, and he actually morphed out. You know what I'm saying? When you have these um, voices inside of your head or these identities that have basically taken on their own existence, those are real within this realm. You have to understand the definition of real. Real does not always equate to tangibility, three dimensional and all that shit. So basically, what I'm getting at is if this is all us, this existence, this is you in separation, and in that separation, everything to justify the separation becomes valid. Um, you cannot play with time. You cannot bring time into these things because people will say, well, okay, well, if I'm here now, how is everything here before me? Because everything comes in the form of thoughts. So in the sense to where, and I've had this conversation before too, in the sense of where I justify my existence by giving the authority for everything before me to get me here. You understand it? So basically, you birth your parents. You birthed everything that came before you to justify you being here now so that you can go through your journey of trying to figure out who you are. That'll fuck some of y'all up, and it's fine. This ain't for all of y'all. So again, everything that you come into contact with, me, an angel, a demon, an alien, a deity, a nature spirit, entity, it don't matter. Anything that you come into contact with is really a different version of you in separation. And I'm not saying it's you, hi, it's Tony. It's me from the original point of separation, aka source, and it's playing out its identity of what its experience is going to be like being in separation. It's still correlated to you. If you dug in deep enough, if you are of such a nature in your occult works or in your regular works that you deal with spirits, if you have enough conversation with them, you always find a correlation point like, holy shit, I already had awareness of that, or holy shit, that spirit's going through the same thing that I'm going through, because in all actuality, that spirit really is just a different version of me. And for years, I always taught that. People were talking about, in my earlier days, people were like, well, I woke up and there was this black figure at the foot of my bed, and it wasn't scary, it was just standing there. And almost always, my energetic field was, that was you. That was a piece of you that was ready to come back in because now it's time for your ass to wake up and get to work. So there was another piece of you that is seeking you just like you're out seeking it. And in that course, you will run into different deities, angels, demons, just like you'll also run into things that don't want that wholeness. You'll run into a certain level of spirits that people would, erroneously label malevolent. Malevolent is a perspective. You run into things that you think is out here fucking you over. No, in some cases, those are going to be your friends. Because if you are caught in a trap of trying to become something that you're not supposed to be, some of these spirits, think about it. Y'all say that my ancestors wouldn't let that union go. My ancestors wouldn't let me fuck with him or her. Some of these spirits are the same. Some of these spirits are not your human ancestors. They're just ancestors of yourself in separation, and they are here trying to give you some form of guidance. You just don't want to be guided. You want what you want because your ego is running the show. So you understand what I'm saying? Everything that you come to contact with, if you dug in deep enough, in my source theory, in my experience, it's all a version of you. It just has been honoring its role in separation. So even if it does not admit it's you, it may not be aware it's you. That's really up to you to gain that assertion of awareness. You have to come into that level of discernment that, holy shit, I don't need to be fighting with this shit. I need to be studying some of this shit and watching what its mannerisms or its motions are, so that I can see what is in it that is pertinent to me. So the basis of this reading is just really off the top of my head. I'm going to pull from source itself, which is really all of us without separation. All of us are a piece of source. Some people call it the great mystery. A lot of people have gotten to a level where you understand that's just not God. God is God. When you start getting into sky daddies and patriarchal and maternal goddesses, gods and goddesses, they're still all a part of something separate. And I mean no disrespect because I deal with a lot of deities, but I mean no disrespect. But even say in the Kemetic roles, the story of Ra, the supreme god from that pantheon, Ra came from a lotus, but Ra was the first god. How was there a lotus here if he was the first god? See, we don't like to think about shit like that. But because, no, you can't question that because that's why they call it the great mystery or the ineffables. But in order for there to be all, there had to be something. All denotes many. There had to be one that all came from. So in my theory of everything came from something, now everything is something. And everything has its own identity and its own value and its own ability from the original source to play out its role, even when it intertwines the other pieces. Work with different deities who say, yeah, I've been dealing with you for 900 centuries and shit like that. Well, okay, that's plausible because in my mindset of incarnations, I don't know where my first incarnation came from. And to be honest with you, when you start dealing with energies on that level, a lot of them don't know where they came from. They just know what they want. That's where, you start getting into benevolent versus malevolent. Wait a minute, what's your end game? My end game is to stay on my throne and bring power into me. AKA American Gods type shit, and not to get that glamorous, but some, if you go into age-old mythologies or common stories, most of the deities just wanted you to praise and worship them, keep them in power, and then they take care of you. That's it. That's all. But there was a more working relationship, even when the deities were just concepts of man tying in nature. See, we don't know because we weren't there. You don't know whether something actually came out of a spaceship or something materialized, or if they just looked at the tree and, holy shit, it's on fire. Now you're a fire god. We don't know that. Again, in my level of thinking, it don't fucking matter. It's all you anyway. That tree is just a piece of me in separation going through its version of existence, especially as an animist. As an animist, we believe everything has a spirit. So not to keep rambling, I'm just going to pull cards and I'm going to ask for authenticity of energy. I don't want this to be about me. I don't want this to be about what I want to see. I'm good where I'm at. In my level of workings, I'm good where I'm at. I just want people to start thinking different. So, because if you keep thinking the same, you keep asking the same energies the same way, and you keep doing the same thing and keep getting the same results, then nothing changes. So you'll have to start entertaining different perspectives. And then, like I put in the caption, you have to start looking for resonance, or you have to start understanding where, holy shit, this is ignorance. And I mean ignorance in the sense where, holy shit, I'm ignoring it because it don't resonate, but it don't resonate because it don't feel good. Some of y'all don't want to not feel good. You want to feel good in your advancement within self, which means you ain't ready to do no work. And I'm not saying you're going to be turned upside down and ripped apart, but if everything feels good, that's safe mode. Safe mode, as I've been saying for years, if you know anything about computers, when you control and alter and delete, holy shit, alchemy, sorry. When you control and alter and delete information, alchemize information, it's no longer the information you received, it's the information you wanted to see. Oops. Some of y'all only want the information you want to see, and if that information I want to see is based off of what I've been told I need to see, you fake as fuck. You're not looking at reality, you're looking at the accepted illusion. So again, as I said, me, especially in my workings, the things I've been exposed to, I'm a holographic existence that is aware that this ain't real. Sorry if you can't understand that. Even by my name and by my numerology, that's what my name means. I'm a holographic existence that is aware that it's not real, yet I am capable of thinking. So I'm going to ask for what is source, that which is outside of me, but still inside of me. See, that's the illusion of separation, is that all this shit is going on around you, when in reality, accepted reality is really going on inside of you. See, we get parts of it right. See, the journey is within, but then you get it within and you try and bring everything that's outside into the inside. So if everything I brought onto the inside is now on the inside, I mean, everything I brought from the outside is now to the inside, did I not pollute it? Did I not pollute it? If I bring the shit that I perceive to be outside of me into my internal thinkings, the four laws, the 13 laws, the 42 things of my yard, and all this other stuff, everything that's been taught. If I bring all that into here, what was already there? You don't know because you're only looking for what you're familiar with. So let's disengage from all these things that we think we know. These laws of vibration, these laws of attraction, these laws of karma, these laws of dharma, these laws of shit. Because that's all it is anyway. Let's see what really happens if we have a conversation with ourself outside of separation. Again, resonance only. So again, disavowing my energy from connecting to anything except for the original form of myself without separation. Source. What would Source say to us from where we're at now? Holy shit, you're in danger. You're in danger and there's nothing here. Shuffle the cards and just watch me do it. You're in danger and there's nothing here. You need to skip this fucking assignment. See, somebody told you to get out here and move, but you should have skipped that. And this was a thought you should have skipped. Again, as I said, my role, and I've been telling y'all this for years, as the reflection of all things, I'm just one thought that has the capability of seeing all others. And I don't mean I'm a high-level psychic or nothing like that. It's just that I can see through a lot of shit. And there's a lot of y'all like me. I'm not special, I am, but I'm not different than anybody else. You just have not learned to disengage from what you think you are. Some of us are learning that. So a being like me who understands that, holy shit, this is holographic as fuck. What's my function? Holy shit, this is holographic as fuck. And the only thing I'm doing is keep on manifesting it by speaking it and giving it my power. I am source and separation, but I'm no longer in danger. I am the fucking danger. I am the danger because I'm blue. I'm blue. I am power. I am the separation in power. Holy shit. I am thought in manifestation. Hi, throat chakra, the manifestation chakra. I'm speaking this nothing into everything. Don't make sense to you? You'll be all right. Again, as I was saying, in the sense of separation, it's just like a glass. When you break a glass, there's bigger pieces and smaller pieces. Your bigger pieces would be the concepts such as deities. Let's just say like your Olafine, your Zeus, your Ra's, things like that. Those who would rule over others. So these are the pieces of separation who remember what it was like to be power, and they may not have total remembrance of what it was like to be in wholeness. They just know that they have a better seat in the separation. So a father figure or a mother head of a deity pantheon, what would they say in the sense of separation? And remember, I've already told you, some of them, even from my experience with them, some of them won't acknowledge it because it would mean that there's something greater than them. And fuck that when it comes to the sense of ego. Some of these deities still have it. Fuck. It's upside down in reverse, but it says draw 5. Or no, it says draw 5 and skip 2 turns. It says draw 5 cards and skip 2 turns. So this is a deity speaking, and 5 is the number of movement, and 2 turns, you're going into separation. I'm going to move you and I'm going to separate you. Again, remember what I said, in the sense of a fatherhead of the deity, if they want to stay in control of the pantheon, they need to control everything else that's already in separation by separating it further. Holy shit, look at government. We need to control you motherfuckers that we've already separated by separating you further. As above, so below. Ta-da. It's just that fucking simple. What goes on here is only a reflection of what goes on there, because the converse of that is what's going on here is what's going on there. It's no separation. What we're doing here, having wars and shit, they have wars there. What they're doing there, having wars, we're doing here. You can't separate one from the other. It's just the illusion of being separated. That's the fucking problem. So I'm going to honor this. I'm going to draw 5 cards and see what's happening from the deity perspective. Infinity, you just going in a loop. Green, you keep attaching to it. Holy shit. 3, your thoughts. We need you to keep creating it. We need you to keep creating further levels of separation so that you stay in separation. See, we're still dealing with green, heart energy, attachment. The first place that you're going to get lost in illusion is in your heart, because you will hold on to shit that ain't real because you love it. Heart chakra. So I've already been put in the loop, and now I'm chasing my thoughts. The third one really is supposed to be a 9. But it's holy shit, my vibration is already in danger. Red. I'm in danger by being controlled. Remember, this is the deity set that wants to keep you in separation so that it stays in its own version of wholeness. Its version of wholeness is, I may not be source, but I'm God up in this bitch. I may not be source, but I'm God up in this bitch. Who gonna test me? Oops. So then the fourth point of separation is, holy shit, once you get into your own vibration, I'll run you around back into another loop. And then the fifth one, holy shit, I got you under control because you only manifest what I need. Remember, I just said, even by American Gods theory, give me a little bit of praise and we'll give you everything you need. That energy. All I need is your energy. Because, see, we're in separation. You are really me. But if you don't want your energy, worship me and pay me tithes. I'm sorry. Oops. Oops. Give me all your energy to support me, and then I might support you on some days, but not on Sunday. Oops. I'll control you, though, because your ideology of being safe is going to be based off of keeping me safe, which means you're going to worship me and keep me in the position of being God because you ain't ready to be God on your own. Oops. Now we had to skip 2 turns. So what I mean by skipping 2 turns in the sense of this is even when you realize what's going on, there's going to be something there to throw you back into this trap of being controlled. Again, you have manifested what you think is balance. What's balance? Worship me and I'll keep you safe. But wait a minute. I'm starting to see where your energy is based off of mine. If I got to keep you safe so you keep me safe, why don't I keep myself safe? Here come the first mind wipe. When you start thinking too much for yourself against a higher level energy, the first thing it's going to do to you is Jedi mind trick you. Holy shit. It's going to steal your vibrations. It's going to steal your vibrations and put you back into a new foundation. It's going to, and again, I'm not saying this is exactly what happens, but I know on some levels it do. It's going to give you trials, like holy shit, like Hercules. It's going to give you trials and shit that you got to go through so that you learn your fucking place. I'll give you a new foundation to where you now will have to work your vibrations through what I put in front of you. And because I put it in front of you, even though I took your energy to make it there, you're going to end up giving me the glory again. You're going to end up giving me the glory again because you just missed that one turn where you realized it was all you. So I had to show you that it's really all me. Remember I said, in separation, everything has its own value of identity. These higher level energies here that we perceive as deities, they're as close as you're going to get to source. So their level of energy to lose is much greater than ours. Peace to y'all. So the second turn is, once I already took your energy and gave you a new foundation, showed you love for your separation, the Lover's card, the 6. You're going to love your separation and I'm going to control you. I'm going to say before I flip the card, this is where it's going to give you something to make you feel good. But we'll see. Again, I run into deities. Don't give a fuck whether you feel good or feel bad. Just do what the fuck I say. But we'll see what happens here. This is reincarnation. This is the shit that'll make you feel good because you can go through one life lesson and then if it didn't work out for me, you can come back and do it again. And I'm getting ready to help create other subsets of energy below the deities because I'm going to need to be guided from life to life. See, I'm going to swap hands. That hand I got dealt, I had to go through these trials and tribulations and learn that lesson. I don't want that shit. That's a trauma. So since I'm so traumatized, here, let me sign up for you because you seem to know what's going on. Hi, I'll work with you. I'll worship you and I'll give you praise. Just keep me safe. And I'll take your name and I'll move on life to life under your energy when really you're under mine. You understand that? Because that deity has already signed a contract on your energy to sustain itself by tricking you into thinking that they're sustaining you. Oops, sorry. I'll probably get my ass kicked for this later, but oh well. Contrarian. So I done swapped into a whole new set, and now I'm already in separation. So see, now I done went into another level of separation myself, where I'm going to create everything else I think that's going to guide me. Angels, demons, elementals, shit like that. So here you go right here is now that you done swapped hands into another life, the next subset we're going to go into would be, again, like I said, your angels, your ascended masters, daemons, because most daemons are angelic in nature anyway from the perceptions. which that's a whole nother class, but we ain't gonna fuck with that. So here's your energies that are just as we'll say energetically strong as a deity, but their function is more about guidance. It's not about power. And if you work with angels, most of them aren't about power. They're about guidance. They're about keeping things in a divine order. Work with them before I work with almost anything else. So the angelic level of guidance is trying to keep you in alignment with yourself. What are you now in alignment with? What are you now in alignment with? Everything that I just got through telling you, you've already been, contracted at this point. So now that you contracted, how can these angelic beings help you? We can give you perspective. Plus two, we can show you the good and the bad and give you the sense of duality. We can show you how you can be foolish and follow your ego, or you can be foolish and follow, you can be foolish and follow your ego, or you can be foolish and follow your higher self. Or you can be smart and start listening to your soul. I've been saying this for years. Your higher self just wants you to choose less things on your journey. Your ego wants you to choose everything. But both of them motherfuckers don't want you to be still. Neither one of them are you. They're just a perception of you and what it's going to be like to go through an experience. Resonance only. So I'm taking angelic guidance, and it's going to get me to draw two. I need you to see the different perspectives of your choices. Salesmanship. The first perspective is you can find balance in everything that you get attached to. You can find balance that for in everything you get attached to, but remember, everything you attach to is going to rule over you. 4, the Emperor card. So your first step of guidance is find things that make you feel good. We can call this the vibration of love. And then you can find the things inside of that vibrational field called love that make you feel safe. Humor me. I do a lot of seances and Ouija board sessions. A lot. Almost a lot of the spirits that come through will always say that love is the highest vibration. They keep reincarnating the earth because they're trying to get to the vibration of love. But I challenged one and got mad at me the other night when I said, but wait a minute, you are love. What if you're journeying into the illusion of love because you won't be love for yourself? Just disappeared, just left like fuck you. Ain't say fuck you, but just left like fuck that, I don't want to hear that. Why? Was that a trauma? Was that a trauma because I now challenged you to face yourself instead of the illusion of finding you in something else? Because that's what this is. Attach to where you've already been trapped, matrix, and find your way out of the trap by becoming the trap. I hope that don't fuck some of y'all up. It probably did, but you'll be the fuck all right. Attach to the trap and then become the trap so that you can set yourself free. Oops. The other perspective is, and remember I said this in the caption, some of these beings know that there's more, but they can't just show you how to get out because they're still trapped in too. Case in point, Alice in Wonderland, the caterpillar. Who are you? That motherfucker could go anywhere he want to, but he couldn't get outside. The Chessy cat, that motherfucker can go anywhere he want to, but he couldn't get outside, so he just loved to play games since I'm trapped in. You understand that? They had awareness that there's more than what's inside the looking glass, but they were trapped in there or they were comfortable being a part of the game. So the second one, from what it feels like, is going to be, this is a game. You might not want to play it, but I can't tell you that. This is a game, but I might be a motherfucking psycho. 8, it's a trap. You are struggling with yourself. It's an 8 in reverse. You are falling prey. You are a victim of your own thoughts. You are a victim to everything that you're getting attached to. Stop attaching. Holy shit, Dragon's Wheel grid all last year. Non-attachment. Don't attach to none of this shit so that you can see things clearly. Or keep attaching to what your sacral, your heart, your third eye, and your crown keep making you wear. Coronavirus. That wasn't the real virus. The real virus was you couldn't see through everything else. So now everything else is being seen through you. Sorry. Shh. Strike that, Your Honor. Draw 2. It's a trap. Why? 4 plus 8, 12. It's a ritual. You are the hanged man. You are hung up, and now you need guidance on getting out. Even though you're taking guidance from yourself, you don't see yourself as what you are, source of separation, so that I can only guide you through your separation. And I can take you as far as you can go, but it's up to you to realize what wholeness is, says the angels. And again, work with demons too. They're not all, I'm gonna go fuck you up or you gotta go sell your soul. No, some of them is just as fucking benevolent as angels. So the demons or daemons might tell you something a little bit more slick, and they're a little bit more like me. They're tricksters. So from the demonic aspect of guidance, if you have fear within yourself, they're going to highlight that fear, and it's not for malicious intent. It's so that you learn to stop being so fucking scary. Draw two again. Here we go. You need another perspective, because that perspective that you've been chasing from that, do-gooder over there, angel on the shoulder, demon on the other one, you need to see shit from another angle. Another angle. See, I already showed you that angel done already showed you that you in a trap and you struggling with yourself. The demon might be telling you a better way to get out of this trap. Remember, it's all you. You the one in reverse. It's your magic. It's your magic that's running this whole fucking show. It's your energy that's running this government. It's your energy that's running a relationship. It's your energy that's running this planet. It's your energy that's running you. And if the you that you are running into is you in separation, then you're running from your fucking wholeness. Oops, sorry. That might have been the demon in me. Hell, Ippos. Sorry. So you get into your second one, which is another perspective. If the first one already told you, you know what? You're tricking yourself and you're manifesting all of your fucking energy by trying to manifest everything out here. Holy shit. You manifested all this. You blew this. You blew this. You are the power source for this, and all you need to do is unplug from it and plug into yourself. Holy shit, I might be a motherfucking psychic. 7, self-awareness. You have no self-awareness because you are empowering everything else. And if you keep empowering everything else, every time that you create something, you become less by becoming more. Holy shit, contrarian conundrum. Every time you create more, you authentically become less from what you were. But if you love the identity of what you created more than what you were as the creator, you motherfuckers can kiss the baby. So, again, I honor that. Holy shit. You are the struggle. 1 + 7, 8. Why? Because 1 + 7, you the star. 17. It's the 17. You starring in this shit. You just don't know that you shitting on yourself. Because the shit feel good. Why? Because we made you attach to what you love. And as long as you see what you love, you'll never fucking let it go, Jack. You'll never let it go. So that would be the demonic element to it. From there, I'm going to go off a little bit towards, here we'll deal with your wandering entities. We can include the Djinn, we can include aliens, things like that. Things that have learned to play tricks within the game and separate themselves from the game itself, even though they're still a part of it. By a lot of purported theories, aliens are nothing but descendants or precedents to us that have seen how fucked up we become by honor and separation. And I don't mean us just strictly as human. I mean us in any format. A lot of them are human in nature by what we believe. But it's things that have learned to master the separation by trying to time travel through the separation. And unfortunately, a lot of them are malevolent. A lot of them have seen where the separation is, and then they try and get themselves a better seat. Holy shit. If these deities, these sky daddies are out here keeping people under control, then why not us? So they develop galactic councils, and federations and empires, draconians and reptilians and Rigelians, and you fucking name them. They start giving themselves identity and start usurping power for themselves so that they can become a challenge to everybody else who's already in control. See, I don't know my way out, but if I got to be here, I want what you have. So what you have, from the sense of looking at a sky daddy, is, holy shit, you ain't the real power. I'm not saying that they don't have power, but their real power is their worshipers. Their real power is the people who are controlled by what they put them through. So then the aliens will say, well, shit, let me find a way to step in and get some of this fucking pie too. Holy shit, government. So they get out here and they basically become Bill Gates. They just want to buy up everything. So the aliens are going to be your power brokers. They're going to institute themselves in and out of every fucking facet of existence so that they can drain some of the energy from themselves without pissing off too much of the bigger boys, even though they piss them off. So the alien angle is, holy shit, I'm you in separation, but I'm separated from you because I just want a piece of the pie. I'm going to control you by taking over your foundation. It's a 6, but holy shit, what do you see? It's a 9, and it has a ceiling on its head. I just want to leave you down here because if you that easy to control by these motherfuckers, let me control you too. Let me come down here and what is it, 1942 Greada Treaty, the Treaty of Greada, where the United States supposedly made an agreement with the alien races that they can abduct 10,000 a year, but the motherfuckers start taking 100,000. Mutilating cattle, circular dissections with weapons that you cannot fucking even find, congressional documents of extraterrestrial weapons where they're trying to ban them. This is our sorry ass Congress now. I think it's House Joint Resolution 230 something. I don't know. I'd have to find that shit. But either way go, there's resolution banning extraterrestrial weapons and interstellar sonic weapons and shit like that. Holy shit. Why are you banning shit from Star Trek unless you motherfuckers already got it? Why are you banning Star Trek level shit unless you've already had the experience of it? I don't know. So as the alien, let me just come down here and control you by taking over who's controlling you so that I get a piece of who's controlling you. Oops. I don't know. So then you have other things that are reflective of separation. We'll say nature spirits, fairies, elves, dwarves, dryads, things of that nature, to where they just want to exist on a safer vibration. They're not of a level to where we're going to buck up against the separation itself. We just want to stay whole within separation. Keep everything together, and then maybe we can start to flow as one, and then the separation will just disappear. That's a mindset of them. So just stop upsetting the balance of nature and let nature become the way. So this is, I know I can't get out of here, but I might as well make the best of it by not paying attention to it and creating what I want to see. So this is a mimic of a Sky Daddy function without honoring the need to become a Sky Daddy itself. So your nature level spirits are like, okay, I just want to have everything in a high vibration and in order. It's the 3. I just want to think about the things that are going to be rooted. Holy shit, dryad, tree spirits. I just want to think about what's going to keep me rooted here. But the duality with this is, everybody always says the root chakra is fight or flight. This is really, I'm not going to play that game. Energetically feeling it through this reading, this is, no, I'm going to think about what's going to keep me rooted here, but I'm not going to sponsor the things that put me in danger. So this is, in a sense, let's just say, and I know Mother Gaia is tied into a lot of pantheons and shit like that, Pachamama and all this other shit. This is the biospheric essence of a planet that is ready to defend itself from anything that would destroy it, including its own children. You understand that? So this is a biospheric energy to saying, you know what? I'm going to root myself, and I only want to think about the things that make me feel good, and eventually I'm going to get rid of everything that makes me feel bad. I'm going to get rid of everything that is not my reflection. I have no attachment to you motherfuckers who have no attachment to me. So that will be where nature starts to buck up. Holy shit. What have we been warned about? Floods, volcanic activity, La Palma, Canary Islands, droughts, shit like that. It's happened before. It's happened several times before. We're about the only civilization here in the West that don't really document it. You go across to like the Hindu and some of the Chinese, there's been 4 great cataclysms. They know about it. We just don't want to believe in it because it's going to challenge Sky Daddy. 6,000 years old, my motherfucking left nut. Sorry. So you get out here and you start dealing with nature that's trying to tell you, you know what? You need to be more mindful. If you ain't ready to play separation, you at least better establish wholeness here. Wholeness here. Or else you're just going to become a reflection of the things that are in separation here. Now we start dealing with lower level energies. Shadow beings, we'll go there. And again, not all of those are malicious. Some of those are just what they are. There are, from my perspective, a lot of them are just compilated thought forms of what you don't want to fix. So they use that part that you don't want to fix to hold themselves together. We'll call them energy eaters. Most of you have them in your home. Take a pot, take 2 pots, and bang them in the corner. Take them same 2 pots, bang them in another corner. The one that went clink, clink versus the one that went clank, clank. That clink clink, that's stale energy. That's stagnant energy. See, told y'all really don't understand energy. Energy will pull up, and that energy is laced with patterns of your thoughts, thought forms. Patterns of your thought will play like versus like, or like attracts like, and they will come together. And they will sit there and energetically draw in more of that energy. Go into somebody who's angry house. Go into somebody who's angry all the time house, and you'll be angry too. Why? Because the prevalent thought form is pulling from that side of you that is a correct match for what it needs to feed. It's not malicious. It's just doing its fucking job and trying to fucking survive just like everybody else here. You don't want to own your energy. I don't want to die. Let me live. So again, non-malicious is just trying to play its role in the separation by teaching you to stop separating yourself into these baser emotions of anger and I hate to say this one, but lustful being, sacred whore, sexual vampire. But stop separating yourself into these different formats that make you become a better fit to your lower end separation. Your lower end separation is ego, your energy that is already being generated and somebody's operating it. So these 2D and below beings, your shadow beings, your thin mans, your Mothman, people, things like that really do exist, but people don't want to believe in them. Zero contains everything. They only want to contain everything that keeps them contained within themselves. You understand that? Zero, sacred geometry, can contain everything else. That thought form just wants to take in everything that looks like it. So it is not out here riding you at night like the hag. You done haggled yourself, and now you have an experience of running into that level of energy. If that makes sense to you. Again, you have to start addressing energy different from the bullshit you've been taught, and in some people's cases, the bullshit you've experienced, because a lot of you have had experiences based off of what you've been taught. Holy shit, the Spirit said something to me. I ain't ready yet. Oh, Lord, Psalms 32, Psalms 23. Holy shit, it was just your big mama trying to tell you, hi, baby, make me some sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving. But you done went out here and ran all Christian and got all scared and scary. Now you done missed the fucking message. Oops. See, the way you handle energy is the way energy gonna handle you. I'm just saying. It's a fucking perspective. So again, you got down here to these 2D beings that really just trying to show you the reflection of what you keep showing. They're just trying to show you the reflection of what you're showing them. I kind of skipped over us in the sense of, say, a 3D. So I'll go back one step in between the nature spirits. Before I hit the 2D should have been us 3D, because we like to lie to ourselves and say that we're 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional. We've been doing worse over the last 2 years than we were prior to that. So you're really energetically inept. From my perspective, if you think we've been doing ascension work over the last couple of years when we're really descending further as a society, I'm sorry. Utopia should not look like hell. But you humans like to trick and tell yourself that you are doing well when you're really, really doing worse. Really doing worse. You just empowering more cycles. You are the proverbial infinity wheel. You are the proverbial Ouroboros circle. And if you don't know anything about an Ouroboros circle, it is a snake chasing his own tail. Shit coming out of his mouth, shit coming out of his ass, and you eating both. Just talking shit and just trying to go through the motions of whoever told you the best thing to make you feel good about what you want to know, but you don't want to see what shit really is. Yellow, power. You are empowering these whole cycles. Remember? Empower the cycles. Just learn to love it here, and eventually we'll guide you out. When guiding you out really is just guiding you into another level of usury. Sorry. If it makes sense, it don't. I mean, if it makes sense, it does. If it don't, it don't. So again, the best advice I can give you is stop seeing yourself with value. Stop seeing yourself as all this, because even though I started with source, this was source and separation. Source don't know its source unless it knows it has the propensity to separate. You understand that? A baby don't know its name until you introduce it to that identity. Source should never introduce itself to identity. Source should have never introduced itself to identity, because once it did, holy shit, you can kiss the baby. Resonance only.